Greetings, geeks, and welcome to another edition of Action Figure Fury. Yes, so we are back, and this time around, we wanted to do something special. You know, we're often showing you boxed figures or mangled figures or whatever we have in our collections. This time around, we thought we'd get unique with custom action figures. And, you know, over the years, you kind of come across them. Sometimes it's a comic shop, sometimes it's at, like, I don't know, sometimes you're customizing them yourselves.
Yeah.
But Michael, I know you've gotten some pretty unique ones over the years. So what came to mind for you when I said custom action figures?
So I have a handful of things to show. One I'm going to save to the very end because it's really, really unique. But I'm going to start with, so my buddy Pete, who I do the Box Office 30 podcast with, a couple of years ago for Christmas, he had gotten us custom Funko Pops made.
Wow.
And he was kind enough to give my Funko far more hair than I actually have, and I greatly appreciate it. But like his looks perfectly like him, and he's a big Green Lantern fan. I'm a Batman fan, so these are in my display case, and these are awesome, and they're fully custom and really, really cool.
It looks like you guys are ready for a reboot of The Big Bang Theory. You guys could just star in that.
I wish.
All right, so mine here, this is interesting in that, so for many years, I had to settle for this Donatello action figure. This is not a custom action figure. Yeah,
I remember that one, yeah.
Undercover Don, you know, he had a mask, he had all this stuff. He was a spy. But the thing was, the Turtles in the cartoon series always had trench coats, right? And they would go out, and I thought to myself, why did they release all of them with trench coats? And eventually they did. They were like cloth trench coats. They're real expensive now because they were later issue. So what I did was I had an idea. I said to my friend Jeff at nlogan77 on Twitter, who's been on the show many times, our Wolverine expert. He is also an artisan. He is so talented at recreating movie props and just drawing and everything else. And so I said, do you think you could customize some turtles for me so that I have a full set of trench coat turtles, you know? And so he did. So this is the first one. This is Michelangelo. Okay. What he did that made it stand out though. So each one of them, okay, has a different color hat, a different color jacket. Okay. And the skin tone, because each turtle in the original Playmates line, they have slightly different, colors to them. And he matched the paint to those original figures.
Wow.
So now I have a full set of turtles ready to go out on the town and kick some butt, you know? So these are like my prized possession. I love them so much. And so, yeah, my custom trench coat turtles, they're very
That's really cool. That's very cool. And it's very you also. So I have two more things to show. Well, three technically, but a couple of years ago when I was heavy into the Funko Pops, before they had a line of Funko Pops for every single thing ever existed, a lot of people were doing customs. And as you know, I am a huge Die Hard fan. And long before there was a John Mcclane Funko Pop, I had a Funko Pop made of John Mcclane.
Well, the box and everything?
Yeah, I did the box, the whole thing. This guy no longer does this anymore. It was a guy called A Pinch of Basil, and he was an Etsy store. And he made the box, the whole thing, and he used the head of Ben McKenzie from Gotham, and the body of what's the guy from The Walking Dead with the red hair and the beard?
Oh, I don't know. I didn't watch enough Walking Dead. I'll tell you.
Yeah. So it's his head and his body on this Funko Pop, and because I'm a huge Inhumans fan and Medusa fan, he also made me a Medusa.
Wow.
And made a custom box and everything. And this was made out of a Rapunzel head and a Spider-Gwen body.
That's perfect. Wow. That's genius.
And so what's funny about that is I eventually, when they did the Inhuman show, I got the Medusa Funko Pop, And legitimately, I think mine is far better because the hair is like really, really long and flowing and everything. I still like this one a lot, but I think my custom one is cooler. So.
Yeah, that's great, man. That's so cool. I wonder if Funko shut him down. Like, is that why he's not around anymore?
I think a lot of them had that problem, like they were getting in trouble for it. But the funny thing about Funko is they sell like blank bodies that you can paint yourself and make customs. But I guess there's a lot of people that were making them and selling them and so on and so forth.
They're just as skilled as their own in-house artisans. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, cool. So my other custom figures that I customized as a kid, my kids broke them eventually. Like I had a black costume Spider-Man. I made out of an old multi-jointed Spider-Man, stuff like that. But I did come across this at a thrift store the other day, and that is a bootleg Spawn action figure. Okay, so we're in the era right now we've been talking about, in the magazine where McFarlane Toys is launching and they're getting all their stuff out. And so this is just he has articulated legs, he can bend his legs, but the arms are definitely not articulated. And at first when I got it, I was like, oh, I don't remember this figure. I guess just because he doesn't have his cape, he looks different. Then I started studying it. I'm like, yeah, and there was no, trademark stuff on it. So I was like, okay, so we got a bootleg Spawn here. But it's just fun to think in the 90s, Spawn was big enough to have a bootleg figure.
It kind of almost looks like a Spider-Man action figure in a way that was painted over.
It'd be interesting to know if anybody recognizes the hand position for what the mold was,
Yeah, I don't know.
This one was definitely a character that held a sword or something. So
interesting.
All right, let's see your grand finale here, Michael.
So as you can see, I have this Batman 66 picture right here. So one of my good friends who is also named Pete, but not who I do a podcast with, who is a true artist, made me this.
Whoa.
And gave it
like that is like professional quality.
Yeah.
That is wow.
And it's very, very fragile. I've never taken it out of the display case till just now.
Wow.
It used to have a pedestal for the phone, but I don't know what happened to it when I moved or whatever. And the phone thing sort of broke off. But like, this is all hand painted and hand sculpted and everything.
Man, one of a kind. I mean, that is just beautiful. Yeah. Wow. Like the likeness and everything is spot on.
Yeah, it's really amazing. And it's lived in my display case, and it's one of those like prized possessions. And I was like, all right, we're doing customs. I'll show my Batman 66 because I know Steven will be super jealous of it.
Yeah, he'll wish he was on this episode.
Yeah. So.
All right. Well, that's it. I mean, that's a great way to end, like you said. So thank you, everybody, for watching this edition of Action Figure Fury. Michael, tell them where they can find us and get in touch with us. Show us their custom figures online.
Well, you can follow us on Twitter at Wizards Comics, on Instagram at Wizards_Comics. If you want to check our entire library of episodes, you can go to wizardscomics.com and you'll see all of our episodes, and you can follow us on whatever podcasting platform. And don't forget to like and subscribe down below and really, see all the cool content we have on YouTube.
And so until next time, we'll check you later. We don't have a sign off for Action Figures.
Don't. Keep them in the box forever.